Guys, welcome to Gusto Reactions. Once again, thank you so much for always liking and sharing, subscribing, of course telling your friends about what we do right here at Gusto TV. We love you and appreciate every one of you. Thank you so much. And today Lala is right here to talk about the lyrical Indabuski himself, Peruzzi. Why they shy? It's the apple. Why shall I shy? Anyways, Peruzzi is up today, and of course, some days ago on the 9th of this month, Peruzzi himself, after a long time, after back and forth, after changing the songs on the album, after changing the track list, after changing the cover art and everything, Peruzzi came through with that one, RUM BOOGIE, the album. A lot of people like the album, vibing to it. God Forbid is one major song on that particular one. But of course, we know that we have not talked about this album. Lala, what are your thoughts on Peruzzi's RUM BOOGIE album?
Well, it was an, how will I put it, an audacious effort from Peruzzi.
Peruzzi?
Yeah, he was hungry, and he thought, oh, how can I capture the hearts of people at the same time? I mean, he tried to give people a lot of variety and tried to come up with a 20-track album, and then he called it RUM BOOGIE. So I don't know.
What does it mean?
RUM.
Yeah, what's the concept behind this whole RUM here and BOOGIE on this side?
So that's what I was trying to get at. When you do those kind of things, when you try and when you say you have a double album, it means, I mean, wherever RUM is and whatever it means to you, the songs on the RUM side should, I don't know, maybe make you party and I mean, RUM and BOOGIE, maybe the ones that gets you high, gets you in the mood. BOOGIE, the ones that makes you party. And so that's what, I mean, if you're going to do a double album like that, it's either you really think about it very well and say, oh, what kind of songs do I want to be on this side? Or perhaps RUM BOOGIE does not really signify any sort of meaning per se as regards the kind of songs I have currently. Because if you call the album RUM BOOGIE before, and he had one album, I mean, an album that was 17 tracks before, and all of a sudden he just wakes up and says, oh,
20 tracks.
It's going to be 20 tracks, and it's going to be RUM BOOGIE. It didn't look like something you really thought of. It's just something that you just woke up and said, oh, I'm going to give these people 20 songs, and it's going to be RUM BOOGIE. One side is RUM, one side is BOOGIE. There was no really thought process in choosing what song goes to where.
RUM and what song goes to BOOGIE.
No, I don't think there was. That's what, to me, it didn't look like there was.
Okay, so basically, you expected that he would do better in terms of classifying what song goes to RUM and what song goes to BOOGIE. But overall, is the album the main deal? Is it the deal for you?
What I meant was, it's not that I expected better. No, it's just it confused. It was confusing because why would you say RUM BOOGIE and say, oh, one part and BOOGIE part are different when they can mean something similar in actual sense.
Okay.
So in terms of the album, if it did well, the second, I mean, I was impressed with the sort of coverage it got on stores,
support and everything.
Did his media rounds like a normal album release should do. He did what he had to do, and the album rose to #1 on Apple Music Nigeria, which is a respected chart, even though it's just one part of it. It's something, and he did get there on the first day of release, which is still good. Until now, he's still what, #2 or something. So I think he did well in that regards. In terms of quality of songs on the album, I also think he did well. Quality of songs on the album. A lot of people, like example, like for me now, when I first heard it, I mean, the song that stuck with me was God Forbid, and I'm so happy that God Forbid.
They made it like and they find me.
God Forbid seems to be the best track on the album that's performing, and it's not just on Apple Music, on every other chart it's there. Apart from Somebody's Baby, which we know that Davido factor would always push up. But this was Peruzzi by himself, dominating, and he did well, and people were like, oh, he gave me vibes of Two-Face in his play. Of course, you can give that guy, I mean, at some point when I listened to Don maybe for the 20th time, like, okay, maybe perhaps this guy is the new Two-Face, but then it takes more than this to be the new Two-Face. In terms of how good the album went, I think how good the album is, I think the album is a good album. It was, at the end of the day,
fantastic album.
Is it a fantastic album? Give me a grade. What should I work with?
I mean, like, are you really, really impressed, or is it just like, okay, well, that's what I would expect from a Peruzzi anyways?
Well, it will be hard for him to actually over-impress because he has gone for a 20-track album. When you throw a 20-track album at people, like I said, majority of it has to bang. At the end of the day, there were some filler songs that were not needed. There were some songs that sounds like they were from 4 years ago, 6 years ago, or no, I can't say. Let's say 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years ago?
I'm seeing songs that is talking about Skelewu. Skelewu is how many years ago from
2015,
and he was doing the same thing and telling people how to dance Skelewu. Is he trying to tell us that he was parcel of who was Skelewu or something? I don't get it. Why is that song on the album? That's just one. There are several other songs that are just filler songs. You don't need these filler songs. If you want to really make a classic project, pick out your best works. Give your album title something meaningful. It doesn't, even if it's meaningful, just your best works. Any song you feel like, this song, I don't really feel like don't release it at all.
You don't have to release
Throw it away, leave it in the hard drive, or sell it off and things like that. You're a songwriter as well. But at the end of the day, it was 20 songs and it didn't really, majority of it did not really bang. I would say 40% of it banged. Out of the songs I like, God forbid, I like Teleports, which is also a dope jam. The song he started with, which is Juba. I mean, we've not seen that kind of songs from Peruzzi before. So when hit up with some
gospel song,
it was a cool song. The song with Waneko, decent, although it sounds dated. Song with the new guys, Boy Lexi, one of the dope songs. So at the end of the day, I think when I listen to the RUM part and the boogie part, I think I will stick to the RUM part. The RUM part sounded better to me than the boogie part. Maybe perhaps by the boogie part, you're already fatigued listening to Peruzzi. Who wants to listen to 20 songs by Peruzzi by himself? I mean, it's not like he's a new artist that we've never heard of. Don't forget that we've heard of Peruzzi time and time and again. Everybody knows who Peruzzi is. For you to impress, you have to give us your best work. You don't need a 20-track album because by the time you finish from 1 to like 11, 12, you're fatigued.
Exactly.
You won't enjoy what you're listening to.
Exactly. Okay, so finally, which would you pick as your favorite? I mean, we have Davido, we have Tiwa, we have Boy Lexi, we have Pato Rankin, we have a couple of other guys. Which would you pick as your favorite song standalone on the album, and which would you pick as your favorite collaboration? And finally, is this album a hit or miss for you? 3 questions in one.
Okay, first question, my best song standalone.
Yeah.
That's without a doubt, God forbid.
No brainer.
Song with the feature, I'm gonna go with the one with Tiwa Savage, Matrimony.
Okay.
That was very dope record.
Dope.
Tiwa came correct on that.
Fantastic.
What's the third one? Is it a hit or miss?
Hit or miss for you?
I think I'm just gonna give it a rating. I'm gonna give this album a Lala rating of 6.5 out of 10.
6.5.
I think it's a good album, but it could have been better. It could have been better if they actually paid attention to, I don't know, fans. Peruzzi fans will like what they've seen. It's a lot of Peruzzi, so you enjoy it. But neutrals listening to Peruzzi, especially when Peruzzi has dropped projects in the past time and again, it was 20 songs too much. Okay guys, let's have your thoughts on that one. 20 songs too much. Peruzzi, RUM and Boogie, what are your thoughts on that particular one? Hit or a miss? Which is your best standalone song from that album, and of course your best collaboration from that particular album as well? There's Davido, Tiwa Savage, Boy Lexi, Pato Rankin, there's Wande Cole as well, and of course a couple of other artists who are on that particular album, RUM and Boogie. 10 tracks each, 20 tracks all together. Is it a hit or a total miss for you from Peruzzi, his second studio album? Let's have your thoughts on that one. Thank you so much for liking and sharing, and of course subscribing. Put on your post notification button right now. Please do that and support us. What I say, we see you on the next one. Yeah, subscribe. See you on the next one, guys. Peace.